Welcome Highstyle Sundays. We got Lor Taz in the building. What's going on?
What it is.
Appreciate you coming through.
Thanks for the invite.
Of course. Alright, so first of all, tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Baltimore, but I did also live in Pittsburgh growing up. So shout outs to Pittsburgh 410 and 412. What's good?
Where were you born?
I was born here in Baltimore.
What school did you go to out here?
It depends. Are you talking elementary, middle, or high?
I'm talking high school.
Oh, I went to Milford Mill Academy.
Did you graduate or anything?
Yes, I did graduate. A lot of people think that, however, I did not graduate because I got put out of high school in my senior year and I got reinstated 2 days before graduation. And the principal, my brother didn't like the principal, I didn't like the principal, my mother didn't like the principal, and my father didn't like the principal. So we decided to tell him to mail the diploma because I didn't feel the need to walk across the stage for him. He didn't have to hand me nothing for me to know I graduated, because I did that. Period.
So tell us, what was your experience like growing up in Baltimore as a child?
I mean, to be honest, growing up as a child, I was always the best in everything. I was the most flexible in gym class, the beep, beep, beep things. I did them the fastest. I said the morning announcements. I did the Martin Luther King ceremony. I did, a lot of karate and kickboxing. So, I was always rough and wrestling with the boys. I had a brother. We had a basketball court out front of my house. So, all the boys would always be at my house to play on my brother's basketball goals. So naturally, I always was a tomboy. I was into bikes, normal kid stuff, putting cards in my Huffy,
Yeah. So you say you were both in Baltimore and in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
Oh, were you in Pittsburgh when you were a kid too?
Yeah, so a lot of my family members would die, and when I was a kid, sometimes I would stay with my grandmother more than my mom and my dad. So she would go up to Pittsburgh, they would die. We would stay there a few months, come home, and they were in older age, so they were dropping flies because my great grandfather had a lot of kids. He was getting busy.
So what's the difference, if you can tell us, between growing up in Baltimore and growing up in Pittsburgh?
I feel when you're a kid, you don't really notice that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I wasn't in Pittsburgh at ages past 7 and 8. So, when you're a kid, you're just doing kid things. You're just having fun. And even if you're in the house, you're just doing kid stuff.
Is there any major experience that happened to you as a child that you still remember till today?
A major experience that happened to me as a child.
Yeah.
Oh, so I went a lot of places. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Dominican Republic. I saw people living in huts. I had a lot of experiences, but I think one of my favorite experiences as a kid, one time I was looking out the window and it was my house is right here and another house is right here, and a eagle, a real big eagle, went sideways, in between our houses, one of the ball joints. And then it kept going. So that was real dope to me. And I just remember the wingspan. It was so big to me. And I've been to the zoo. But that I think is one of the things I remember the most.
Okay. So I want to get into your music side. So first of all, tell us when did you actually start making music?
So I started making music in elementary school. When I was growing up, we had Kids Bop. So the music teacher always thought that I was real talented. So he started taking me to the studio when I was young. And we had a song, it was called Do the Right Thing. Y'all probably remember it yeah. No talking, hands aside please. Look around, listen, look and learn. Do the right thing, period.
Okay. So besides that, who else inspired you to make music?
I think out of everybody, who inspired me the most, I would say Run DMC.
Okay.
I used to really like watching their videos when I was little. Jam Master Jay died when I was in elementary school. So I remember his death, and then I started to hear a lot of that era of music. Of course, we get our fair share of cookouts and stuff like that, but I started hearing it heavy. So that was I liked how they talk with so much They was almost yelling. They did stuff with Aerosmith. They rapped on rock beats, so they was dope to me.
So what type of artist do you want the world to see you as then?
So this is my thing about people and asking me about music. I say just because somebody makes a song doesn't mean they are necessarily a musician, you know, or I see myself as a person that is a lot of stuff comes natural to me. So I like to do a lot of stuff naturally. Whereas though somebody can wake up and be like, yo, I'm finna be doing this rapping, you know, I'm good at reading, I'm really good at writing. So I like to make music, you know. So my let's go to the studio is a little different, you know, like I'm not even working with a producer if it's not like us really hanging out doing what we both into. Like if I'm recording and you not stopping, you'll say that again, you know, if you just gonna let me just record and run the whole track, then I could have did this myself. I could have just pressed spacebar and kept coming over, you know. So when I do anything that I do, it's because I have a niche for it. It's not like I'm just doing it because, you know what I'm saying? It's like we both gotta really be doing this for real or I won't want to do it.
So saying that, do you want to branch out to other artists and work with other people? I know you don't want to call yourself like just a
so when it comes to working with other artists in Baltimore, I think that I've kind of brushed shoulders with enough people here to I don't want to work with nobody here. I don't want to work with these people here. Honestly, the only person that I would want to work with is Bo. So, and that's just that. Oh, but I would work with Roddy Rex for real.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, saying that, is there any, like, I mean, if any, like, tell us about some difficulties you face, like, trying to pursue the music side?
I feel like there were a lot of difficulties with me trying to pursue music here. I think when I got around other artists, like I said, just didn't seem like it was ever genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I genuinely want to collab with you and make music. Like, I've been in the studio with all the rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it just seemed like it's like hype chase, you know what I'm saying? Or a dude will try to get you around them just to see like what they could do to you, you know what I'm saying? Because you have a reputation, not like, yo, look, you got a following, I got a following. Like, even if you want to be messy, okay, let's make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? To get these numbers up, to get these views up, to get these insights up, you know what I'm saying? But these dudes can't even, you know, like they will rather try to really make you look bad than to just do it, you know, like on some reality TV shit. Like, it's all good, just make sure niggas is both eating, you know what I'm saying? Instead of the sabotage and stuff. So I went through a lot of that, but that's why I kind of stepped away from the rap game and I stepped into a field of brand ambassador because I wanted to learn the business, you know what I'm saying? And while collabing is very important and I would love to work with other Baltimore artists, but that was my way of keeping, you know, my numbers up, keeping going, you know, without having to desperately follow people back and interact and tap other people pictures just to try to keep my like at a, you know what I'm saying, in a range, you know. So I was able to learn business, learn algorithms, and, you know, be known for stuff other than rap, you know, not just here, worldwide, like business shit, Cali, you know, Dallas, everywhere, yeah.
So getting into that, you're talking about the business stuff. So tell us about your experience with the BlackInkCrew and how that happened.
Okay, so what a lot of people don't know is that I've known the BlackInkCrew for way longer than I guess people would think. You know, they'll think it's something new. I worked National Tattoo. Oh no, not National Tattoo Expo. Villain Arts Convention, the tattoo convention. It's a traveling convention for real. It's like all the dopest tattoo artists, and I worked for a guy. His name was Greg, so shout out to Amazing Greg. I sold his lens cleaner. He was like one of my first bosses. So Amazing Greg was my boss, and I met the dude Safari. Safari is the manager at the Orlando store. Yeah, so I met. What if I would just knock all that shit over? So I met him at the convention and we stayed cool because he was like always running his mouth supposedly about how he fucks all these girls while they go out and do all this shit while they're on tour on a convention. So me and Safari had went out the night before and I decided it would be funny if I came to work before him and told everybody I fucked the shit out of him and had him. I just made it all up. So ever since then, like, he would be begging me, like, can you tell him you didn't really do? I'd be like, no, I'm never telling the truth. Like, so every convention, 6 months, 3 months, whatever, later, we see each other. He's still like, tell him. I'm like, nah, but I finally told the truth, like, after he hired me, because he's the one that actually hired me to work with him. So, yeah.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So, another business, and probably, I don't know if you were a brand ambassador or what it was, but tell us about the Exotic Pop, Desto Dub drink and how that.
Oh yeah, so that's kind of like a piggybacking off the Black Ink thing. So it's like I guess the Black Ink people, they have like the vending machines. They have a deal with the Exotic Pop company. So the vending machines, I'm trying to say it like, the vending machines are being put into each store. So Doughboy is the one that actually plugged me in and helped me bring them to Baltimore. So that's, again, through them.
And is that like something you want to do more of? Like brand, or do you have your own products that you want to push?
For me, excuse me, I don't get too caught up in my this, my that, because the richest man in the world is who? Jeff Bezos, right? And are we drinking any Jeff Bezos water? No, we're not. Are we drinking Jeff Bezos alcohol? No, Jeff Bezos is lining them numbers up and pressing the equal sign on that calculator. And that's what I'm doing as far as what I'm learning how to do, the brands I represent. You know what I'm saying? I'm just maximizing what I'm doing. I don't stay consistent in one area for a very long time. It's something I want to start to work on as far as with my personal brand and stuff, which I do have some really dope graphic designers right now really making like a real hoodie line for me, not like no Lor Taz fan shit. Like, I'm talking like some real dope shit. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so other than that, it's just picking up as many skills and brushing as many shoulders as I can, maximizing my
timeline on when we can expect like to see some hoodies or something.
Yeah, the hoodies, they should definitely, I would say the designs will be out next week, and the actual hoodies, I would say about 4 to 6 weeks, because anybody that knows me knows when it comes to like my manufacturers and things like that in my business, I gotta go to like 3 different ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta get the best rate. Like, it's a lot with that. I'm real meticulous.
Okay. So you said you got hoodies coming out. Do you have any more music projects coming out?
So I do have my song that I'm doing right now with King Beats. And it's a real go hard song. It's like I wanted to give like females a real energy song, like not on no like I'm running my mouth type stuff. Like, nah, like I'm mad. Like, I'm really about to go do something. Like, I'm on a laid back late night cruise tip, not like just, some up or stuck. Like, nah. Some real gangster stuff.
Do you make your music for mostly females, or is it just, you just making it?
I just make it. I just make it because a lot of guys is gay and stuff, and guys might want to go listen to girl music secretly, even if they're not gay and open, so.
Okay.
Yes.
So talk to us about some of your businesses.
Okay, so basically what I do is I manufacture on a large scale for clothing companies. One of my favorite clothing companies that I manufacture for is the I Need All Mine clothing store out in California. Now that's the Rolling 60 clothing line. Everybody wears it, but I like that clothing line the best because being on the team as far as manufacturing means more than just business. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm good, whenever I go out there, like they lacing me down with clothes, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's like family just because I'm working with them, so it's real dope, yeah.
So I know you say you don't want to work with anybody in Baltimore, but
I didn't say anybody in Baltimore because I would definitely work with CTM Ball.
Okay, Ball.
Ball is coming home. Ball will be home next year.
So Ball, okay, but besides Baltimore, who else do you want to work with?
Okay, who would I want to work with? Gwen Stefani. I would want to work with Gwen Stefani. I would want to work with Young Thug. I would want to work with Paramore. I would want to work with Britney Spears. I would want to work with the Yin Yang Twins. I would want to work with Lil Durk, only because I like his voice. Kodak Black. I would definitely work with Kodak Black. And 50 Cent. Oh, and P. Diddy. That's who I want to do my songs with because they get paid. Okay.
Right. Okay. So what advice could you give to like young artists, especially like I say to the youth of Pittsburgh and Baltimore, since you kind of...
I would say to any young person, period, not even to a person that wants to be an artist, because as an older person, I don't feel like I should just only try to relate to people that want to be artists, you know what I'm saying? So I would tell any young person, I don't care how cool it seems to drink and to party, you know, majority of the time. I don't care how cool it seems to be able to do absolutely nothing most of the time because some of your friends was better off than you growing up and they could. I don't care how good it seems to be able to do nothing as a young woman and keep getting by. No matter what, put your education first, and as soon as you get out of school, don't take a break. Stay and drive. I know it probably seemed like because you're in school and you've been in school since you was a child, you've been working for a long time, but right now is what matters actually most because you're starting your life as a young adult. You're going to make many first impressions on people and stay consistent and go fucking hard. Don't stop going hard. Don't start looking for love. Don't start, tripping out, bugging on family, you know what I'm saying? Go hard. We all know what our talents are at 18, 19, 20, you know what I'm saying? Identify your talents if you don't know them and capitalize on your talents. You know, the world is big. Take advantage of the internet.
You got any last people you want to shout out to or anything?
Yes, I would like to give a special shout out to my brother Montreal that's locked up. I want to give a special shout out to Ball, so free Montreal, free Ball. Shout out to Alicia, Marvin, my dad, rest in peace, my pet cat Kanye that just died. Shout out to Cachuto, my new cat in the house. Shout out to my other new kitten Splash. Shout out to my kids, Ransom Arias. And shout out to Jewel. That's it.
Alright, we got Lor Taz in the building. What's going on, everybody? Shout out La Boca. Let's keep it going.
You to do in my city, yes, do or die. Number one for that homicide. Where you from, nigga? What's the credentials? What you rapping, nigga? What's the initials? Lock booming, oh, you getting residuals. Pipe it down if you ain't with officials. These bitches bluffing, they don't really want no problems, right?